Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vikrant. Today we'll be discussing about CT chest in COVID-19. Many of the patients, even after the diagnosis of COVID-19 using nasal swab, are getting a CT chest done on the same day of diagnosis. Either they're getting it done by themselves going to a diagnostic center, or even in some cases doctors are referring. So when is the ideal time to get the CT done? Is it necessary to get CT as well as RT-PCR done on the same day? Can we change the diagnosis using the CT findings? Can we change the treatment using the CT findings? Can we assess the prognosis using the CT findings? I'll be discussing those questions now. This is the evaluation protocol of a leading hospital in Andhra Pradesh. We can see they recommended CT on 3 days, on days 0, 5 and 10 of hospital admission for mild, moderate as well as severe cases. The same protocol they are following for all the patients. So is it recommended to get 3 CTs done? Will it change the prognosis? I highly doubt it. To know why, we should discuss about CT changes in patients with mild, moderate, severe cases. Starting with mild cases, the CT findings, majority of the patients will have CT findings, be it mild, moderate or severe, but some cases of mild illness will not have any CT findings. We should remember this. If they are having CT findings, they will start from day 1 and reach the maximum severity on day 7 of the illness. The CT findings will plague you for a period of 2 to 3 days, after which they will resolve spontaneously in mid-second week. Majority of the patients will fall into this category. Now, second category is moderate illness. The severity will increase from day 1 to 7 and they will plateau from 7, 8, 9th day. Here it can take 3 clinical courses. Either it can worsen, it can remain plateaued for some more time, or it may resolve. Majority of the moderate cases will fall into this category, that is, they'll resolve after the 9th to 10th day of onset of symptoms. Now the third category is severe. They'll gradually worsen from day 1 of illness, reach peak on days 6 to 7, and from which they may plateau, they may worsen, or they may resolve. It is majority of the severe cases will continue to worsen even from day 7 or 8 of illness. Majority of the patients will fall into this category. Now, we should understand that CORADS is used to know the probability of COVID-19, not the severity. With CORADS 1 being, it is highly unlikely that the patient is having COVID, and CORADS 5 being the patient 100% is having COVID-19. There is CORADS 6, which is RT-PCR proven COVID-19. So this is to know just the probability, not the severity. Even mild cases can be given CORAD 5 if they are done on day 7 and 8 of the illness. It doesn't indicate severity. CT severity scale is different. It is given on a scale of either 25 and in some cases out of 40. If the CT severity is less than 7, it indicates mild illness. 7 to 14 indicates moderate, and greater than 14 indicates moderate to severe disease. Now, when should we get the HRCT done? First, we should understand whether we are doing the HRCT for diagnostic purpose or to change the therapeutic approach. If we are doing it for diagnostic purpose, we should understand day 1 of the illness will result in very low yield in HRCT. It is ideal to wait at least for a period of 3 to 4 days and get the CT done after 4 days after onset of illness. If we do on day 1 of illness, the HRCT may be normal even if the patient has the chance to progress to severe disease in future. So wait for a period of 3 to 4 days if you are doing it for the purpose of diagnosis after the onset of symptoms. please don't do on the day 1 of symptom onset. Now, if we are doing HRCT for the purpose of therapeutic change, how should we proceed further? That is, patient is already diagnosed with COVID, either using RT-PCR or rapid antigen test. Then how should we proceed further? Already diagnosed patient having mild disease, that is oxygen saturation greater than 94%, and normal inflammatory markers and blood markers on day 7 to 10 of the illness, these patients, no CT is required. I treated many of the patients with mild symptoms without even getting an X-ray or CT, no imaging findings. So no imaging findings are required in mild patients having oxygen saturation greater than 94, normal lab parameters, and no symptoms or minimal symptoms on day 7 of the illness. Since majority of the patients will be having mild disease, we can save lot of money for the patients and reduce lot of radiation exposure for the patients. Now, if the patient is having moderate illness, how should we approach? As we can see, peak lung damage or peak lung changes are observed from day 7 to 10 of illness in moderate cases. So if the patient is having oxygen saturation between 90 to 94% and lab findings are just above the normal or inflammatory markers are in the borderline, and if we are planning to initiate steroid, then the day 7 to 10 CT in moderate cases can help us to make the decision. So if 7 to 14 CT severity, 90 to 94 oxygen saturation, and if the inflammatory markers are high, then you can start steroids for this patient and HRCT to be done on day 7 to 10 to help us in deciding whether steroids are to be initiated or not. So 1 CT on day 7 to 10. Since majority of the patients will go into resolution in moderate category, we need not do follow-up. But if the patient is clinically deteriorating or if the lab parameters are abnormal, you may require CT, but it is unlikely. So moderate cases, 1 CT. If the patient is having severe illness on day 7 to 10 of illness and oxygen saturation is less than 90%, severely deranged inflammatory markers, and severe symptoms having severe dyspnea, severe myalgia, and fever not subsiding with medication, in these patients it is better to get a CT done on day 7 to 10, similar to moderate group, to know the baseline lung damage. Majority of the patient, even after getting the CT done, would likely deteriorate and they might be requiring follow-up CT depending upon the symptoms of the patient, because they might be having any secondary bacterial infection super added on this viral pneumonia, and they might be having pulmonary thromboembolism in the second week. They might be requiring pulmonary angio. So you should follow up these patients clinically and using the lab parameters of inflammatory markers, D-dimer, and evidence of organ failure, even procalcitonin to assess for pneumonia. And if you think it adds value to your diagnosis, you can follow up with the HRCT or pulmonary angio. So severe cases, most of them would be requiring 2 CTs. Now, what to do to assess the residual lung fibrosis or lung deficit in patients who recovered from severe disease? I've seen many of my patients after recovering, even on follow-up CT, having residual lung deficits, even after a month of discharge or recovery from hospital. So I wouldn't recommend any follow-up CT to be done within 2 months from the time of discharge. Just follow them clinically using oxygen saturation, 6-minute walk test, and incentive spirometry. If they are doing clinically well, you need not do a follow-up CT after discharge. If you're planning to do a follow-up CT, have a time gap from the time of discharge to follow-up CT at least 2 months. This is my recommendation. Summarizing, mild cases, no CT at all. Keep in mind that these are already known COVID cases diagnosed using RT-PCR or rapid antigen test. Mild cases, no CT. Moderate cases, majority of them will be requiring one CT because we'll be in a dilemma whether to start steroids or not on day 7 to 10. If you have already started steroid in moderate cases, then there is no point in getting another CT done, even for moderate cases. So, severe cases, one CT is must from day 7 to 10 and follow-up CT is required in majority of the cases. So, severe cases will be requiring 2 CTs. So, according to the previously seen hospital protocol, how many CTs can we avoid, assuming 3 patients of mild, moderate and severe have come to the hospital? We are saving 1, 2, 3 for mild patients, 2 for moderate patients and 1 for severe patients. We are almost saving 6 HRCTs to be done. And is it recommended to do a CT on day 0? No, it is not recommended, be it mild, moderate or severe cases. Keep in mind that day 0 is in their view day of admission to the hospital. Here day 0 is day of the onset of symptoms. So these are my references and thanks for watching.